So anyone who knows me knows that I don't lose, and I'm gonna beat you. My 75 days, there's nothing you can do about it. You are
our last day
screwed.
of 75 hard. Matt's gonna be getting lit and eating
cannot-
pizza and
cannot-
rolling around naked in pizza slices.
Why would I crawl around naked eating pizza? That's
What if
weird.
I
Isn't that what you do on day 76?
That's what the Clinton family does.
This is about control, everybody knows, everyone complies. We're the kinds of pros, I don't need a plane, I just hit the road, I do what I want, I can't sell my soul, market about to crash, this is what you chose, ruining the country, I think that's the goal, you gon' take the mark, I take narrow roads, I'm a man of God, I can never fold.
All right, well, while Ian searches up Katie Holmes topless, let's get this thing started. What do you think? So welcome to the Protect Your Purpose podcast, where we talk coffee.
That's it.
Where we talk coffee.
And Katie Holmes.
Whiskey, business, friends, family, and freedom. I'm your host, Matt Marchese, and this is my co-host, Zach, the repeater shirt Grady. Welcome to the show, buddy.
I can't get a new shirt.
Well,
I ain't got that kind
every
of money.
podcast.
I think it's actually,
I ain't got that new shirt money.
I think it's reasonable that you rock the same shirt, but that one is such
It's a big one.
bold shirt
It's a fan favorite,
that
actually.
I feel like it is a fan favorite. I feel like you should space that one out more.
I felt like I did. Did I not?
I don't know. Just seems like yesterday to me, man. Everything, all my days just blend
I
together.
think it was longer than you think it is.
Well, the good news is we're going to be able to tell.
You think it is than I thought it was when you thought it.
And I think that you think that I think it's longer than I think it is, but the reality is I think it is as long as it actually is, and you think differently than I do. Cheers to our coffee. So today,
Now that we've
normally,
confused everybody.
yeah. Now that we confused the shit, we didn't really confuse anybody. We just said a bunch of words for no reason, which is typical.
Pointless.
So today, Ian's got a couple news video
In
topics.
the news?
Today we're gonna do some current event type shit. We're gonna react to.
So we're
some-
not watching The Gift.
We are not gonna actually watch The Gift. Which is we started the show for those of you coming in late. We started the show talking about Katie Holmes and some crushes.
The
like
90s,
childhood-
bro.
Yeah,
The
90s
90s was
crushes.
wild.
Yeah, dude. I had Brittany Daniel, which was from Joe Dirt. Baddie, we've talked about on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ended up talking about Katie Holmes. She appeared topless in a movie back in the Disney.
I think if we're going actresses, though, in our era, it's always between Topanga. I don't know her name, her actual name.
Topanga is fine because
You
no one
know
else
it.
knows her name either.
Everybody knows
Yeah.
who I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
And
Boy Meets World.
Kelly Kapowski.
I got the name for you, Matt. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, Jennifer Love
Yeah,
Hewitt. That's her
yeah.
name. Yeah, she's
She was
also
a
a
baddie.
baddie.
Also a 90s baddie. Topanga,
Yeah.
though, still looking good.
Yeah, dude. She is a bad machine. So is what's her name? Kelly Kapowski.
Tiffany Amber.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Oh, another
Wow.
three-namer.
Yeah,
Another
they're all Hollywood names, bro. They're not real names. I'm convinced they give them these names because
Your
Do you think they just
name
have
is
like a
Tiffany.
randomizer? Just picks
like
random
rapper
three random
names.
words?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Three names it just throws into a hat.
Yep. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about that shit, but we are also we're drinking the jig is up, man. The truth is out. We are whiskey drinkers for also the newcomers to the show. Normally we get on here, we find a really delicious whiskey to drink. We talk briefly about it, where it came from, its origin. We do a small review, meaning, this is good, or ooh, that's hot.
And just like Zach's shirt game, we drink a different whiskey almost every episode.
That's right. We drink a different whiskey every episode. It's a big lead up to our own whiskey. At some point, we're gonna introduce our own American Purpose product, and someday we're gonna say this is the best whiskey we ever had. But in the meantime, we're drinking other people's whiskey until ours is matured.
Mm-hmm.
And today, we're drinking coffee. Why are we drinking coffee today, Zach?
Well, we're back on the program.
We're back on the program.
The 75 Hard program.
So
Yeah.
is it safe to say for the foreseeable future, we will be drinking just coffee?
I mean, I'm on day 3, so
Also, day 3. You're on
No, no,
four.
you're
no,
on
I'm on day
4.
four,
Yeah, we're
that's
on day
right.
3.
Because
Yeah.
you lied about when you were starting. And then you
I didn't
started.
lie. I just wanted
And
to.
I had already shot it at that point. When you said, no, I'm starting today, I'm like, oh,
As Zach's like pouring the beer in his mouth.
sorry. Yeah, I went to the Husker game that day.
Well, everything to me is a race, and I wanted to lie to you all to make sure that I won. So anyone who knows me knows that I don't
race.
lose, and I'm gonna beat you
Our
75 days. There's nothing you can do about it. You are
our last
truly
day of
screwed.
75 hard, Matt's gonna be getting lit and
I
eating
cannot-
pizza and
cannot-
rolling
Yeah.
around naked in pizza slices.
Why would I crawl around naked eating pizza? That's
What if I
weird.
Isn't that what
do-
you do on day 76?
That's what the Clinton family does.
What if I do?
on Epstein Island.
Yeah, a bunch of weirdos.
What if I do all the things in 75 hard twice in a day?
I think you could probably make up a
Oh.
day. Who's going to judge you?
Can I
dude?
get a credit? Can I get a
Yeah.
credit?
All-
Dual credit?
You drink 2 gallons of water. You work out
God.
4 times
that's
a day.
the worst part of doing it.
Twice outside. Diet you can't double, but you have
that's
to.
true.
Oh no, because you're fasting. You got to fast for 32 hours
Okay. And 4 workouts?
and 4 workouts. Yeah, you do that. I'll give you a day. Matter of fact, I'll call Frisella. I'll get approval.
He's not going to give it to me.
No, he's going to tell you if you have to ask, go fuck yourself.
Right.
So no.
It'd be like you chose your fate with that diet.
So the answer is no.
Yeah, it is.
But I don't know about you, but one of the easier parts for me of 75 hard is not drinking, because I don't necessarily drink a ton, just the whiskey we have on here,
Bingo.
which sucks
Yeah, of
because it's fun
Yeah.
to just sit around and have a glass of whiskey. But this is really the only time I drink. Like,
That's it.
so if we're switching whiskey to coffee,
Coffee.
Bro.
coffee doesn't really affect me as much.
Being
some.
on 75 hard for my 3rd time, I completed once, failed once. And I started like one day.
Yeah, that
or,
doesn't
like
even really
that doesn't even
count.
count. But having completed it once and I intentionally ran up to a vacation. We went to Dubai and I quit on day like 67 because I was like, I'm doing 67 hard because I'm not going to Dubai and not being able to eat the food and enjoy the, I'm not going to limit myself. We also flew on Air Emirates and we flew in the first cabin. So, free. Included
I'm fasting. I can't
cocktails,
do
like
anything.
gourmet cocktails. Like, anyway.
I'll have a glass of water.
Yeah, sorry. I need to get my water. I'd just be pissing all the time, going back and forth. Anyway, the longer I went, it was hard. It was hard the first couple go rounds. But alcohol by far is the easiest part for me. This is the only challenge this show that I face regularly with alcohol because I come in
Right.
here and I sit and I look at
And I think as long as you have a game plan for the following day on how and when you're going to accomplish the tasks, it's really easy. But if you're just waking up willy-nilly every day,
you can't do it.
At the end of the day, you'll be like, shit, I got like 4 things I didn't check off the list, and you're trying to hurry it up real quick. But
Yeah.
if you already know your schedule next day, you're like, okay, I'm going to do this, 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 and this at these times, it's really not that bad.
No, the alcohol is for Lindy, who is not here today, as you have noticed. Lindy, who is my water bottle today. It's my last one for the day, by the way. This is it. This is what I got between me and the end of my gallon of water. Lindy, the hardest thing for her is not drinking. It's interesting that
She's a really big social drinker, though.
yeah. And that's exactly
Not
what it
'cause
is.
she's like an alcoholic.
No, it isn't. It's just she wants to have a White Claw with her friends or a glass of wine when
A social thing.
a social thing, yeah. And she doesn't want to drink, get drunk. She just wants to have a drink in her hand. And a soda water with lime just does not do it for her. For me, I can get over the social aspect just by kind of having a soda.
something to replace it.
Yeah, a coffee in my hand, which this has worked kind of nice. Drinking coffee
Yeah,
in
bucket.
place
A
of
bucket of espresso. Not espresso, but espresso.
a bucket of espresso instead. Ian, what's the hardest part for you?
Water. Just from the first day,
Oh,
I didn't
really?
have a plan. Well, again, yeah, I've already, for the most part, I've been doing a workout 5 days a week in regards to gym, and then some form of cardio also. So I've been working out twice a day for the most part, but it's the water. Like the first day, I'm glad I struggled the first day because it made me realize, I mean, I didn't have a
Yeah,
plan.
you're
And
not-
then from 10:30, I still had 3 16 ounces, so 48 ounces to drink. And then I fucking woke up 4 times in the middle of the night to piss, dude. I'm like, never again. And then when I talked to you the next day, and you're like, bro, I try and have half of it done by noon. And
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep.
I'm going to make that goal too. Have
Yep.
half of my shit done.
Do you not drink a lot of water when you work out? That's why it's easy for
One of
me.
these.
Like when I work
So
out.
I drink one of these before I work out and one
You
during.
need a bigger.
Yes.
you
yeah,
need a bigger
yeah,
container.
16.
You know what kind of little bitch ass drink? You got to drink
16.
19 of them.
And why do you still got the
16.
shaker in there?
He's dude.
Because I
Ian's
also use
special.
it. I use it for everything.
He uses it for everything.
For everything.
I tried to finish, kind of another hack. 2 things for those folks that are on 75 hard or doing it. We've got I wish Lindy was here to talk about it. We've got probably about 40 people in our network that are doing 75 hard with us. They're on day 1, 2, or 3. And I think a couple more added today. Every time someone sees it. And there's a couple people that we found out, by talking about it, which we did not do in the last couple times we did it.
That have already been doing it?
Yeah, that are on like day 30, day 40, day 50 and shit. So big ups to you people who are doing it and who are sticking to it. But another little life hack for the program is I try to not drink my first cup of coffee until I've got one of these down. So I reward myself with a cup of coffee after 40 ounces. Or 32 ounces is what I did do. This just so happens to be 40 ounces, but I drink a quart of water before I allow myself a cup of coffee. And forcing yourself to get up early and do a morning workout, sub 5, 6, 7 a.m., whatever day your life actually starts, it gets you drinking water earlier and allows you to sweat, need water, pound water early, and if you can force yourself up early, you're killing two birds with one stone because you're getting a head start on that water.
Get a head start on the workouts.
Yeah,
man.
dude, and then you're getting a head start on the workouts.
Because a lot of times those are what catch up to you. The water will catch up to you quick too, but
yeah,
you're like, oh, I'll work out after work or something, and then kids are screwing around or you're busy, and you're like, oh, you did it a couple times. I think the last time you were, it was like 11 o'clock, and you're like, we haven't done our outdoor workout
all
yet.
the time. Yeah, I've a couple times. That's an understatement. I've done it many times.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
as long as you have a plan the day before of how you're going to accomplish all of it,
absolutely,
the next day, it's easy.
That's so,
and stick to it though. That's the other thing.
I'm incorporating my program, which I will at some point share with the world. But the Purpose program, which I started to develop, I did once before. And then I realized that 75 Hard is absolutely the greatest program on earth for what I am trying to accomplish in life. And as I was trying to recreate it, I found myself just
copying it.
Almost recreating 75 Hard. And I'm like, why the fuck, what am I doing that? Because I'm adding the element of purpose to it, and I want to change it. And I just decided, I'm going to dump this whole thing, start from scratch. And this is my first go around with the Purpose program. But I'm basically creating a program to use in conjunction with 75 Hard. For the development of purpose. And one of the aspects of the Purpose program is to plan your day the day ahead. The day before, one of the non-negotiables is to plan your day. And I'm telling you right now, like for those of you who are trying any program, any diet, anything, planning the day before and forcing yourself to do that as one of your daily tasks will help you accomplish all of that, because then you're not willy-nilly shooting from the hip. Now, of course, you have to deal, especially for the entrepreneurs out there and the people with young kids, and
there's going to be curveballs.
Yeah, you're going to get, your days are going to blow up. But I mean, if that's 20% of the time.
Common, yeah, that's not the normality.
The second piece of that is execution. Because if you say I'm going to wake up at 5 and go for a run, and then the alarm goes off, and you're like, I could do it later, I guess.
Bro.
Then you're already fucked.
Well, then get off the program, because that's what it's going to take. Like, that's the intent of the program, is to make you not be... To do what you say you're going to do and when you say you're going to do it.
Do you start your day off with a cold shower, Matt, before you go? Like, do you get up, hop in the shower real quick?
No. When I'm back from my first workout, I take a shower. So if I'm on, it depends. So if the ordinary schedule would be do first workout, come back, take shower before the day begins, in which case I shower in warm water, like clean my body in warm water, and then crank it all the way to the cold. Then I'm starting my work day with a cold shower.
I got you.
I don't know how long this song is, but I was like, I don't want to just set a timer in the shower. I want to play a song.
Oh, that's dope.
So I put on Rap God, which I think is around 5 minutes.
Whatever.
That's actually
great.
a really good idea.
But I was like, all right, play Rap God. I'm going to sit in here under here till Rap God. And then I could at least sing along and try to get my mind off of
That's
how fucking
brilliant.
cold
So
I am.
you're freezing going...
Turns out you can rap really fast when you're shivering.
Dude, that's fantastic. What a great idea. Thank you for sharing that with me and our audience and Ian, because certainly Ian is going to be listening to, what's the bitch-assest song you're going to listen? What is he going to listen to in the morning?
Probably Celine Dion.
Somewhere over
My
the
Heart
rainbow.
Will Go On.
Yeah,
My
somewhere.
heart will go
That actually
on.
isn't a bad idea because you can sing along to that one.
Listen, Whitney Houston would be a good one. You could just belt out.
I
the
was
shower.
just trying.
with
I was trying to figure out
somebody.
a song that would be closer to 5 minutes, though. That you know what I mean? Because I was trying to go for 5 minutes, but
Yeah,
I didn't just. wanna
Bohemian
set a timer.
Rhapsody.
It's like
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to turn it off before the good parts.
Before that, Galileo. All right, turn it off. Stop.
Anyway, listen, we are short on time
We
today,
are. We
and
got,
we have
like-
not stopped talking. We wanted Ian
this
initially wanted to
bullshit.
start talking about 75 Hard. We got a whole slew of us on it. If you want to join us on the program, make sure you leave it in the comments or something. Message us. We'll get you in on a group thread maybe on the program. It's very cool. We're motivating. We're kind of holding each other accountable. It's dope as shit. And at the end of this thing, we're certainly going to be warriors preparing ourselves
And
for scorched earth.
Coming from a guy who's done it by himself and also with a group of people, much better when you're doing it with a group of people.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's right. And Ian, we didn't tell them at the beginning, but what are they supposed to do and find us for our audience?
If you want to continue to hear about our encouraging things that we do, make sure you help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free, and it greatly helps out the channel.
And find us on Apple and Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Pew pew.
You guys are good at that. So Ian stole that
From myself.
from himself, which is another channel. He's got a channel. It's Hot Sauce Beats. He's growing himself a nice little YouTube channel there. So if you're into Ian's reactions, go check that shit out, and then you'll hear that he stole that from himself. So punish yourself for stealing for yourself.
Smash that
Copyright
subscribe
that.
button.
Yeah, I like it. I don't think we could do it better. So I appreciate you
gotcha.
giving that gift to the show. I appreciate, and I know our
Merry
audience.
Christmas.
Yes, that's a gift.
Merry
a little
Christmas.
bow on it. Anyway, we
we need to hop into this.
We started this show talking about current events, and it was just our current events. Maybe we'll just do
Welcome
one.
to our current event.
What's your favorite? What do you think is the most important topic, or should we try and burn through them?
I want to try and burn through both because I think both are. You're going to have to control yourself, though, because both are fiery subjects.
All right, let's go.
Now 11:30.
Yeah, wasted time. Life's full of wasted opportunity or missed opportunity. Let's go. Ian, tell yourself to roll that video.
Roll that video. So our first topic is going to be about Biden announcing the new White House Office for Gun Violence Prevention,
What is
which
that?
Kamala Harris is running.
Hold on. Say that again.
So
Oh, there it is.
here's the title of it: White House Office for Gun Violence Prevention. That is the title of this.
I don't even need to watch it. I'll tell you
know.
exactly what it is. It's next video. That is bullshit. And what this is propaganda, and it's more propaganda for them to.
It's their answer for school shootings.
Yeah, it's them.
What
it's
is this office going to do? What's their...
They're going to take our guns. They're going to take our guns.
Is that it?
Those 75,000 IRS agents are now agents of the Gun Violence Prevention Office.
Here's what's going to happen. All of the illegal immigrants that they are allowing over our borders are going to commit crimes. The people that have the guns are going to use them against them. It's going to create they're creating a crisis, and they are already introducing the solution to the crisis.
And this office will save the day.
And the solution is going to be, for our safety, they're going to disarm Americans. And what really happens when you obviously have a communist society prying its way into a constitutional republic, which is obviously what's happening. The only way this works is if we are disarmed as a country.
Do you think there'll be a gun violence prevention badge?
People are going to have ribbons
A gun with the cross on it?
on their Facebook. I disarmed my gun violence on their.
I turned in my gun.
I turned in my gun. Yeah, for sure.
I disarmed myself.
Yeah, this is something perfect for the sheeple Democrats to
And
get
of course,
behind.
my
and
watch starts listening when we're talking about
dumb
this.
shits are going to turn in their weapons. Listen to me, people. Listen up. I don't know what this clown's going to say, and I know I'm giving my advice early on.
5 minutes, by the way. So we're down to 2. We're down to the video.
Hear me out. No matter what happens, do not comply. Do not turn in your guns.
I hope this video ends and you're like, wow, that wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, we'll
That's
see.
a good idea.
Joe Biden's really onto something here.
Ian, actually, roll that video.
I'm proud to announce the creation of the first ever
Turn it off.
office
The creation.
gun violence
This guy's so
prevention,
stupid.
First office in our history.
It's first one, Matt.
No, it's not.
Was there like 12 people there?
No, that's
Big
actually
rally.
fake.
Big rally. Oh, we better have our token black guy on the stage for this one. Racist. You want to talk about racist? That guy's a racist.
Oh,
Created
token
by
black.
executive
Or
order,
Indian
I
girl.
determined to send a clear
Racism.
message about how important this issue is to me and to the country. It matters.
Oh,
Here's why.
Here comes the Joe Biden yell.
After every mass shooting, we hear a simple message. The same message heard all over the country. And I've been to every mass shooting.
No, you
Do
haven't.
something. Please do something. Do something to prevent the tragedies that leave behind survivors who will always carry the physical and emotional scars. Families will never quite be the same. Communities overwhelmed by grief and trauma. Do something.
There it
Do
is.
something. Well, my administration has been working relentlessly to do something. To date, my administration has announced dozens of executive actions to reduce gun violence, more than any of my predecessors at this point in their presidencies. And they include everything from cracking down on ghost guns, breaking up gun trafficking, and so much more.
Ugh. And
hate
so much
politics, dude.
What's a ghost gun?
God, I cannot stand that.
more. I don't know.
Guns that
underground
ghosts carry?
No, underground guns. I assume manufactured guns, guns with no serial number,
Oh, yeah,
illegal
I bet you
guns,
that is
guns
no
that
serial
aren't
number.
tracked, which is unconstitutional. That's what that means. Guns that are not tracked, which is unconstitutional. I don't know what you have to say about this, but here's what I could tell you. Do something. I got something. Make Ukraine pay us back 50% of the money that we have sent them, invest that money in armed security guards to protect our children.
What?
There's your idea. You don't need some stupid communist, another three-letter agency that seeks to control us as a society. Take our money back from all the money that you send from all over the world to defend other people and invest it into the defense of our children. Here's another thing you can do. Leave the borders closed. Take our southern border and lock it down and stop letting criminals and murderers and gun violent offenders into our country. Stop letting terrorists, stop letting we don't even know who into our country. There's your two ways to do it. I solved your problem. As a matter of fact, vote Matt Marchese for president 2024.
2024.
I got you solid. It's done.
I don't understand how people do not get this.
This is simple. Because, yes, you do. They don't want to get
It's
it.
fucking frustrating, dude. Like, let's take our guns away because that solves problems. Criminals are going to be crime, dude. That's the fucking
Guns are not going to go away. The people who are helping protect this country don't have the guns, and that's what they want.
And people just
Criminals
don't
are still
not
gonna have the
understand
guns.
this. Like, how are we this freaking stupid as a society, dude? It's so frustrating.
I've said this 1,000 times on the show and in my life, tens of thousands. Our Second Amendment is the only thing standing between us and a one world government. And I'm here to tell you, it isn't a democracy or a constitutional republic in the one world government. It's a dictatorship. Okay. It's a communist government that controls its society. You want to know what it looks like? Look at the leaders like China, and you will see what it is. You step out of line, you vote for the wrong political party, you get diminished until you're locked in your house and you can't travel, you can't leave the state, you can't leave your house, you can't
Sounds
leave
like
the
COVID.
country.
And as you opened up with this, they create the problem to then create the solution to make you think they're solving the problem.
And the solution always ends up with America having a loss of or many rights. And if it ends with us having the loss of rights, I don't care. Like, this is not insensitive to the children and the kids who have lost their lives or victims of gun violence. Like I am empathetic and I fear the day it happens to my children. I get it.
That's why we would encourage hiring armed security guards at every school. What did they say? What they're paying those 87,000 agents, they could have hired a security guard?
Of course, for every elementary school in the country.
I read an article talking about how we said we couldn't afford the border wall, but we've sent something like 3 times the amount of that to Ukraine.
Bro, if they... It's so frustrating. If they wanted to solve... Just so we're all clear, whatever it is they're trying to solve, the death...
It ain't the problem.
Well, no, the death that they're claiming they're trying to solve is in a communist society, the famine that we will experience is 1,000 times worse than the problem they're trying to solve. The solution that they are offering is going to create 1,000, perhaps infinite, for eternity level of problems that they create. You have to understand this. They're trying to solve a problem and offering a solution that will create thousands of times the magnitude of that problem. And if it's death, it's death. It's murder.
And get it to the point where you don't have a choice.
And then it's over.
Let's segue into this because we've already kind of partially talked about it. But this is
frustrating.
This is a 1-minute clip, and it's talking about the state of emergency going on down in essentially the whole border. But Eagle Pass, Texas, is the main one.
Oh, the border wall. You're already talking about. Oh, this is great. This saves us time. I didn't know.
We're kind of talking about it already. But
all right, let's talk about the border.
11,000 immigrants are surging right now.
Eagle Pass, Texas, our Fox drone captured video of one of the largest mass illegal crossings we have ever seen there. Border Patrol sources telling Fox some 2,200 people have crossed illegally just since midnight.
2,200 people today. Yeah, bro, you can press pause. I got enough. There's a crisis at the border that it's not it was created.
It's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity for them. And who created it? The Democrats created it. Why? Why they want voters. They want people to vote Democrat. They want people to say, we'll let you in. And what they want is chaos. You have to understand this. The installation of a communist society requires division and chaos. What is this going to cause? Allowing people that we don't know who they are, obviously fleeing countries. These are military-age men. These are not women and children fleeing what we are creating. This is military-age men that are creating what they are fleeing. They are bringing it here. It's intentional. They're going to create chaos. And as I already said, great choice on this because they go right together.
Yep.
Let's allow that. Why is this happening at the same time? Use your brain, people. It's happening at the same time because what they are doing is they are introducing the problem, creating the problem, and they are giving us a solution at the same time.
Well, and this is going to create more problems.
Of course it is. It's going to create more gun violence that allows them to use their new little office. That's what they're doing. They're creating the problem, introducing the solution. If you can't connect these dots, people, wake up.
And it said part of this video said that these immigrants are not listening to being told do not cross. So that's what we're telling them to do not cross, and they're you think? Of course. What the fuck are words going to do?
Put a barrel in their face and threaten their life that if you enter my property, you lose your life or you get captured and you get returned with punishments, sanctions on Mexico. Dude,
that's too serious, even though that's what other countries do. That's what other countries do. You try and go to Mexico, see what happens.
I can tell you
You're
one
going to
thing.
end up in a Mexican prison. You ain't getting put no free taxes in a fucking... So New York City's converting
and it
something
isn't, the prison isn't going to cost us shit because you're going to be sitting in a hole. You're going to be
You're going to die. You're going to die.
You're going to
You're going to die in that. Let's be real here.
Humanitarian efforts not our problem. Stop coming in.
And the only way you get back to our country, and you ain't coming back.
No. Once you cross illegally, you never have the chance again.
They're only going to try and get someone back like Brittany Grenier or something that's going to be... Griner. Thank you.
Is that her name? Griner? I thought it was Grenier.
Anyway, but they ain't going to get back Matt Marchese from a Mexican prison. You're going to stay there for the rest of your fucking life.
Listen, here's the problem, people.
I'd come and get you.
The people who are going to attack us for saying this, the people who are going to, the reason we're going to be censored for saying this is because they're going to use our emotions to prey on our emotions and make us seem like this is our problem. It's a part of the ploy, which is why they've softened society. It's the woke agenda where they say, well, you can't do that to people. Guess what? If you do it to one person, you never have the problem again because they say, oh shit. And now what does that do for our humanitarian efforts? It solves the problem. So which is more, humanitarian, which is a better humanitarian effort? Being stern with our laws, enforcing our laws, and enforcing them to the fullest degree. And then they work. But the problem is...
we don't enforce them.
And when we don't enforce them, more lives are lost. It's the same concept I described earlier.
It's a vicious cycle, but it's on purpose.
Listen, I'm glad we got to talk about it. I'm glad... good choice on the...
Thank you.
Yeah, on the topic, C, and I'm glad we got to bring a little bit of value. For our listeners, our audience, please, if you don't see it by now, man, if you don't see what's happening in this country, that they are strategically and slowly and methodically tearing us apart at our seams, I don't know that you'll ever see it unless you really, really, really start making a pointed effort to see through the bullshit. Like, you've got to look outside of the box. You've got to understand that they're not on our side.
And use logic. A horde of 11,000 people How do you not? It's not like you can't sneak in 11,000. A group of 11. That's a concert. Imagine a concert hall being snuck across a border that's patrolled. They're not. They're
not
letting
sneaking.
them in.
They're allowing them.
They're allowing them in, and then we can't stop. The fuck you mean you can't stop 11,000 people?
It's an open door. They can activate the National Guard.
You can catch any single person not paying their taxes, but you can't stop 11,000 people from crossing the fucking border.
The bitch-ass, weak-ass Texas governor is the president of that state. He can activate his army, his National Guard, and he can stop this in 4 hours. The National Guard in Texas is serious. Okay?
They're a militia, let's be real.
Everybody else who says, the National Guard, the Army Reserves, they're weak, they're not the active army. Bullshit. The National Guard in Texas are serious, and they would stop this in 4 hours. It would be over. They could close that gate.
And probably forever.
And forever, yeah.
It would never be an issue.
It would never be an issue. But they don't want to. And if you don't understand why they don't want you, again, I've talked about this several times on the show. Here's a filter you can always run it through. If you're wanting to know what's right and what's wrong, just say at the end of this, do I have any loss of my rights? Is the government coming here saying, we're going to help you, but we're going to just have to infringe on one or two of your rights?
Just a couple of your rights.
That's it.
You still got others.
And if the answer is yes, we lose a right, it's tyranny.
And if
the answer is no. We say no and we find a different solution.
And if you're still one of those people, because I think there is still a large group of our population who are those people that want to bury their head in the sand, ignore everything going on. It's not affecting me. Just live my life day to day. You can't do that anymore.
We have
to
to
wake up. We need you on our side, man. We need you.
You've got to speak about it. You've got to share this show. You have to share the shows that are talking about this. They're out there. You have to talk about it. It's scary.
Especially
it's hard.
The ones that are free.
Yeah.
The freest one.
Like the freest podcast in all the nation. Anyway, let's get this thing wrapped up.
We're good.
We're being a dead horse. Hey, I know we all appreciate it. I speak on behalf of all of us here when we appreciate your support, your love. We're trying to bring you some truth. We're trying to bring you a little bit different of a perspective from somebody who you know and trust, like the freest podcast in all the nation. Please do us a favor and share the show. Speak about this shit. Get the word out. It's for the benefit of the well-being of our future. If you have kids and grandkids, you owe it to us. You owe it to them. We have an obligation. It is a constitutional obligation as an American citizen to do this, to stand up against this. It is our role as U.S. citizens to protect our own freedom.
What kind of country do you want to leave your kids? Plain
Yeah.
and simple.
And guess what, man? It's under attack. So anyway, I appreciate everyone's love and support as always. Find your purpose, serve your purpose, and protect your purpose, people.